today.
Okay.
It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning, and all I'm going to say is this. At some point during a couple's hangout at a restaurant, someone asked to speak to the manager.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy, we got a Karen.
It was not a pleasant conversation.
It never is.
Oh, man.
What was-
When have you ever called the manager to compliment someone?
I have, but...
You probably should. It's probably a nice thing to do. Put that energy out there.
But I used to be a server, so I go out of them, I'm like, they were amazing.
Yeah, so what was said, and maybe more importantly, what wasn't said. After it all went down, we need to get to the bottom of it in your brand new Second Date Update. Next.
On the podcast Health Stuff, we are tackling all the health questions that keep you up at night.
Yes, I'm Dr. Priyanka Wali, a double board certified physician.
And I'm Hari Kondabolu, a comedian and someone who once Googled, "Do I have scurvy?" at 3 a.m.
On Health Stuff, we're talking about health in a different way,
It's not only about what we can do to improve our health,
but also what our health says about us and the way we're living.
like our episode where we look at diabetes.
In the United States, 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic.
How preventable is type 2?
Extremely. Or our in-depth analysis of how incredible mangoes are.
Oh, it's hard to explain to the rest of the world that your mangoes are fine because mangoes are incredible, but you don't even know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a fun ride, so tune in.
Listen to Health Stuff on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
She said, "Johnny, the kids didn't come home last night."
Along the central Texas plains, teens are dying. Suicides that don't make sense. Strange accidents and brutal murders. In what seems to be a plot ripped straight out of Breaking Bad.
Drugs, alcohol, trafficking of people.
There are people out there that absolutely know what happened.
Listen to Paper Ghosts, the Texas Teen Murders, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What do you get when you mix 1950s Hollywood, a Cuban musician with a dream, and one of the most iconic sitcoms of all time? You get Desi Arnaz, a trailblazer, a businessman, a husband, and maybe most importantly, the first Latino to break primetime wide open. I'm Wilmer Valderrama, and yes, I grew up watching him, probably just like you and millions of others. But for me, I saw myself in his story.
From cleaning canary cages to this night here in New York, it's a long ways.
On the podcast starring Desi Arnaz and Wilmer Valderrama, I'll take you on a journey to Desi's life, the moments it has overlapped with mine, how he redefined American television, and what that meant for all of us watching from the sidelines, waiting for a face like ours on screen. This is the story of how one man's spotlight lit the path for so many others, and how we carry his legacy today. Listen to Starring Desi Arnaz and Wilmer Valderrama as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The forces shaping the world's economies and financial markets can be hard to spot.
Even though they're such a powerful player in finance, you wouldn't really know that you are interacting with them.
And even harder to understand.
Donald Trump's trade war 2.0 is only accelerating the process of de-dollarization, which in a way is jargon for people turning away from the dollar.
That is where the Big Take from Bloomberg podcast comes in, to connect the dots.
How unusual is a deal like this?
Unprecedented.
Every weekday afternoon, we dive deep into one big global business story.
The biggest story of the reaction of the oil market to the conflict in the Middle East is one of what has not happened.
Katie, you told me that ETFs are your favorite thing.
They are.
Explain that. Why is that the case? And unpack what it means for you.
Our breakfast foods are consistent consumer staples, and so they sort of become outsized indicators of inflation.
Listen to the Big Take from Bloomberg News every weekday afternoon on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Robert Smith, and this is Jacob Goldstein, and we used to host a show called Planet Money.
And now we're back making this new podcast called Business History, about the best ideas and people and businesses in history.
And some of the worst people, horrible ideas, and destructive companies in the history of business. Having a genius idea without a need for it is nothing. It's like not having it at all.
It's a very simple, elegant lesson. Make something people want. first episode, how Southwest Airlines used cheap seats and free whiskey to fight its way into the airline business.
The most Texas story ever.
There's a lot of mavericks in that story. We're going to have mavericks on the show. We're going to have plenty of robber barons.
So many robber barons. And you know what? They're not all bad.
And we'll talk about some of the classic great moments of famous business geniuses, along with some of the darker moments that often get overlooked, like Thomas Edison and the electric chair. Listen to Business History on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Second date update.
Brooke, you'd agree with me that it's important in the dating world to know what you want.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's important in life in general.
But
Absolutely.
it's equally important to know what you don't want.
Well, sometimes that's how you figure out what you do want.
Right.
You know?
Like Alexis, she does not want labels.
Oh, yes.
Even if one day down the road she gets married, don't put a label on that.
That's
No, he's just my guy friend. He
Yeah.
gave me jewelry.
And we
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Lives with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fathered a couple children.
Exactly.
You know?
Don't put a label on that. That's
Yeah.
gross. And one of
So
our
needy.
listeners knows exactly what she doesn't want, and that's a second date with the guy she went out with.
Then why is she calling us?
She does want answers, though.
Oh, she's mad.
She deserves that. So let's
Okay.
talk to her. Jenna, welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone.
How
Jenna,
would you?
did he block you? And now you got to use us to tell him off.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm
guessed
just
it.
no, I'm furious at
You're
this
mad.
point.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You're beyond mad.
I'm beyond mad, and I hate that I am expending energy on this, but like, it's not okay what happened, and I just need to know like what the heck.
Okay. I think we need some explaining because you sound really serious.
I feel
right
like I
now.
have all the information that I need out of that little convo, but if you want to give us some
I do.
details, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Like the guy's name maybe to start with.
Yeah, what is his name?
His name is Peter.
Okay.
Ugh, Peter.
We
Gross.
hate Peter.
Yeah.
Peter
Yeah, that
sucks.
should have been red flag number one.
Oh.
Okay.
There's some guy in Peter in his car, like, oh,
Yeah.
we're not all bad.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll give grace to most other Peters, but this Peter, we're
We
not a
hate
fan.
him. Yeah, no
Why?
way.
Why do we hate Peter?
So we met on a dating app, but I don't usually meet a lot of guys. Like I'll talk to a lot of people just to like get a vibe or whatever, but I don't say yes to a lot of dates because ew.
Because ew.
Because ew?
You can meet some quality people on there, but
It's rare.
that's not what this is about. Exactly. It's rare.
So you thought Peter was quality in the beginning, I'm assuming, since you
Right.
did say yes.
Right. And he honestly should feel lucky that I said yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You're a little out of his league or what?
At this point, yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
well, now,
Okay.
yeah.
But going in, obviously you had a little bit of optimism for how the date would go. So, like, what happened?
So when I feel like the person who's asking for the date should be the one who plans the date.
Mm-hmm.
So
That seems fair.
Yeah.
I said that to him. He said he made a reservation. Fine. We decided to meet there because safety first.
Yeah.
And we get there and he checks in with the hostess and they're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be 15-minute wait. And I was like, hold the phone.
Oh, is that when you stopped talking to him?
15 minutes isn't like.
It's usually like 5, actually, when they say that, too.
That is true.
Why,
Yeah.
why are you saying hold the phone?
Because if he made a reservation, we shouldn't have to wait.
No, but that's the thing about reservations. I've often had to wait for a res.
But you're obviously not on the same level as Jenna is. So,
apparently
Brooke,
not.
you know, it's not fair to compare yourself in that way.
Nice, Jeff.
Sorry about that,
wait,
Jenna.
you're already getting upset because you're waiting and you think he's lying about making a reservation? Is that what you're...
I wasn't sure because he was just like okay with the wait. So I'm like, that feels iffy.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, you want the guy to step up and be like, excuse me,
But we
I
have
made the reservation for this time.
Yeah.
I wanted him to handle it because you never know when 15 minutes can turn into 20 or 30. And like, I don't want to spend all night waiting for a table. So I ended up speaking with the hostess and then with the manager.
Oh, God.
Oh, not the manager.
So you're 15 minutes into a date and you're already talking to the manager?
Well, I didn't wait the 15 minutes. Like, I spoke with the hostess. She brought in the manager. I didn't ask for the manager.
Okay.
And Brooke, she's only doing that because her date is dragging his feet on doing it. He's just cool with whatever.
But it sounds like you're already starting to work yourself up. Like you're already starting to get upset.
Like get in a bad mood pre-date, maybe.
Yes.
I'm not in a bad mood. And if I was in a bad mood, it wasn't my fault. The restaurant put me in a bad mood by making me wait. My date put me in a bad mood by not fixing the situation. And after my conversation with the manager, magically I was seated. And I turned around and they got me a few free drinks. They offered me an appetizer.
Well, this is why complaining always pays off.
This does feel like something you would do, Jeff.
Yes. I come out on top.
Okay.
Elite status.
So are you and your date back on? Are you feeling good now? You're feeling cared for and everybody's happy, right?
Well, I sat down and I'm having my drink and I turn around and he's just gone. He vanished without saying a word.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and I tried to call him. He's not responding. He won't answer text messages. He won't pick up phone calls. I mean, I did his job.
Exactly. You put in all the work and now he's deciding to walk away? That's rude, right, Brooke?
That's
right. Yes, you are right, Jeff. This guy's a jerk.
I'm imagining my husband going out with you on a first date. He would have been so mortified. And embarrassed that he just wouldn't have wanted to even speak to the restaurant staff after that incident. So he probably just left.
There's a clear line here. Some people are Team Jenna and some people seem to be Team Peter in this room.
I think I'm Team Restaurant Employee.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Are you really that confused about why he left?
Yeah, I want answers. I'm pissed. He wasted my time. Yeah. He wasted my energy, my makeup products. Hello. And
I mean, Brooke, sure, maybe he didn't want to be on the date anymore, but shouldn't he have at least had the gentleman courtesy to say something to her? Be a man like your husband, I'm sure would have been, and ditch before he ditched you on the date?
I'm just... Sure, but I'm guessing...
Thank you. That's all that we need. We don't need the butts.
Scared.
We don't need the butts.
I think that he was probably
This guy deserves to answer up for the cowardly move that he did by ditching him by not saying anything. Jenna, we're all on board with you, despite the words you might hear.
Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, Jenna, and we would love if you left a 5-star review on our podcast when you're done with this. It would really go a long way.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So
let's wait till segment 2 before she actually...
No, I wanted to put it now before segment 2 because who knows what's going to happen when we come back. We're going to call Peter and we'll see what he has to say in your second date update right after this.